Hi there, I'm John from Personal Safety, and if you are as concerned about violent crime in South Africa as I am, then you need to take part in our Essential Personal Safety Workshop, because these are the plans that we use to keep our families, keep ourselves safe. Remember, nobody's coming to rescue you. So, what do we do in our Essential Personal Safety Workshop? We are going to change the way you think about your own safety, especially when it comes to dealing with violent crime in South Africa. What we won't be showing you is lots of fancy karate kicks and fancy punches, or taking your keys and putting it in your hands and trying to punch somebody, because quite frankly, the keys in the hands thing don't work. What we are going to be doing is we're going to be asking the big questions. The big questions we all need to ask of ourselves so that we can develop and be safer out there. So let's look at some of the questions. Not all of them, just some of them. The first one, and it's a big one, is to do with emergency and safety. What is safety? What is emergency? How do we understand these things? And how do we use it to motivate us to start planning and start preparing to be safer? Now, another big question, awareness. So everybody always says, to combat crime, we need to be aware, right? But nobody teaches us how to be aware. Nobody gives us a system to apply, and nobody teaches us how to be aware in a fashion that doesn't drive us mad because we are hyper alert all the time. So we will address that. We'll also address the link between awareness and putting something into action. It's great to be aware, but if you don't have a link to a plan, it's not really going to help you. Now, everybody says, oh, great, now we're aware. What do we need to be aware of? What about bad guys? What does a bad guy look like? Do we know? Does something like stranger danger actually work? By the way, it doesn't. No. What does a bad guy look like? Does he look like this poor fellow here? Not all the time. We develop an idea in our head, bad guys, we're always going to be able to recognize them. To be quite honest, if I was going to be a bad guy, I would make sure that I become a very, very good-looking bad guy. Not that my features are good, but I would look like a good guy. I would act like a good guy so that I could get closer to my victim. So no, we can't tell a bad person just by looking at them. It's all about their intent. Do they have good intent towards us, or do they have bad intent? Now, we will give you ways to start checking for people's intent, because we can't look inside somebody and see their intent. As much as we wish we can, or we hope we can, let's give you definite ways of starting to check for someone's intent. So no matter how much we plan, no matter how good our plan is, we always have to be prepared for when things don't go right. And as a last ditch, we want to talk about tools. Tools are great. They're there to help us keep distance between ourselves and someone that really wants to do us physical harm. Luckily for us, there are two tools that we have with us all the time, and we're going to talk about using those. One of them is our feet and our legs, because they help us create distance from the person wanting to harm us. I like the expression, when involved in a violent encounter, move to live. Then the other tool that really works well and is really totally underrated is our voice. Our voice is an excellent tool, and we've got a lot of ways to use it. We're going to address that, show you how to use your voice effectively. Now, these two tools are really great when you can combine them with other tools that you can either take with you or find lying around. Now, I'm not saying everybody needs a bat and everybody needs a pepper spray. They do help, but you have to make the decision for the tool that suits you the best. Guys, the Essential Personal Safety Workshop can be customized for your needs. So if you have a group of friends families that want to get together, that want us to teach you our essential personal safety, or even employees that you value and you want them to be safer in this violent country of ours. To find out more, that's our website. Or you can contact Taryn at this email address below, or you can click on the link if you see this on Facebook. Guys, stay safe out there. Do our essential personal safety workshop, because you are worth it.